Hey Lady Bosses, it's Lexi D'Angelo here, and I'm super excited to talk to you about something that I'm really passionate about. Starting before you're ready. Ruh-roh, I know, a little scary. Please don't stop playing the video because you're afraid of what I'm going to say. If you are afraid of what I'm going to say, then maybe this video is something that you really need, so just sit tight and hang on. So I know that many new coaches that I've spoken to are really hesitant about investing in themselves or afraid of taking any kind of action where they put themselves out there and they're kind of exposing themselves to the online world or really anyone, even in person, they're afraid to kind of talk about their business and things like that. And I mean, I totally understand where the fear comes from. Like, that's definitely something that I dealt with for a really long time. But as lady bosses who are looking to create extremely successful businesses, you need to get started. You can't have a business unless you actually get started. So I understand that there's a lot of fear and hesitation around getting started, but if you don't get started today, then when will you? You know, I was just speaking to a client the other day, and she was saying how she wasn't sure if she should tell people about her business because she didn't have a website up yet, and she didn't feel comfortable saying that she had a business without a website. And first of all, you do not need a website to have a business. I understand that you want to, appear professional and you want people to, be really impressed when you say that you're a business owner, yada, yada. But it's more important to actually get yourself in the game. Because at the end of the day, we're always going to find an excuse not to get going. I'm constantly hearing, and I was completely guilty of saying some things like, I'll launch my website as soon as I get the perfect designer, or I'll tell people about my business as soon as I get my coaching certification, or I'll create my opt-in, once I figure out Photoshop, or I'll hire a coach as soon as I can find the money, blah, 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 blah. These are just excuses. So if you keep saying, one day I'll have the money, or one day I'll take this course, or one day I'll reach out to that person, you're never actually going to get anywhere. If I just waited around for the right time to, start the business, or the right time to actually be able to afford certain programs and, the right time to start my business, whatever it is, I would have never, ever gotten to where I am today. I mean, what I think about when I first started out was I'm just not ready to tell people what I do because I'm still in my 9-to-5. I'm still in the marketing career, so I'm not really a coach yet. But that was just an excuse. Another thing that I wasn't ready for was investing a lot of money into myself and my own business. I mean, do you think I was ready to invest $45,000 into my coaching business last year? No. Hell no. I didn't have the money, and I had no clue where I was going to get the money from or how I was ever going to make it back. But do you know what I did have? I had huge dreams, and I had huge desires that were way bigger than my fears. And I wasn't going to let something like money stand in my way of going after the business and the lifestyle that I wanted to create for myself. So I knew that if I waited around to have $45,000 in my bank account, I would be waiting for forever. And I also knew that I didn't want to remain stagnant, so there was no way I was going to let my dreams pass me by when I had such an incredible opportunity in front of me. So I said, screw it, I am going to start before I'm ready. And it was one of the best decisions I've ever made. And what it comes down to is you're never going to be 100% ready to do anything. And if you wait around for, the perfect time, you're going to be disappointed because there's no such thing as the perfect time. So if you're not okay with remaining stagnant and being in the same place a year, a month, or, even a week from now, then it's time to take action and do something. Literally anything. Just do something that's going to bring you in the direction to where you want to be. I'll do it one day. That's just not good enough. The time is right now, and it's time to get super fierce about what you want to create for yourself in terms of your life and your business. And I know that, you might not be feeling too confident right now, and that's totally okay. When I first started out, I was not confident at all, but I've learned that confidence comes from taking the action and taking those steps. So I just want to ask you, what if you got over your fears? What if you actually just decided to start right now? I get so emotional about this. What's the worst that could actually happen? What's the worst that could happen if you said, all right, screw it, I'm starting now. I'm committing to my dreams. I'm committing to my success. What is the worst that could happen? So think about, whatever excuses and fears that you might have that are stopping you from taking action. What is it that's really holding you back? Is it really about the money? Is it really about the time? What is it that's holding you back? And think about this. Do you actually want to be successful? Some people say they do, but at the same time, they're not really down for, having what comes with success. And that's okay if that's not what you want. But if you want to be successful, awesome. What are you committed to doing now to get started, even if you don't feel ready? What are you not going to put off any longer? What excuses are you going to finally put behind you right now? I know that you have everything you need to get started. Right now, right here, today, in this moment. Okay? Do you believe that you have everything you have to get started? Because that's the number one thing. You have to believe that you have everything you need to get started. And you know what? If I could get started, you can get started. All right? You can do this. Let's be fierce about what we want. Let's go after our dreams. Even if they seem so big and so large and we're not sure how the hell we're going to make it happen, start somewhere. Start small and build up. We'll never, realize our dreams. We'll never realize success. We'll never see any of that if we're too afraid to get started, if we're holding ourselves back. We will, automatically fail if we don't even try. And I don't know about you, but failure is just not an option, all right? So I would love to hear what you think. What are you so excited to get started doing? And what fears and excuses are you going to leave behind now? Be sure to share in the comments, and I look forward to hanging out with you guys here next week.